Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad life. She fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like, yeah, 5'6". Yeah, I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot key strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profit. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit them up with this resistance. Watch them roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them gain, make profits. While I'm still in my same making profits. They used to watch me move them packets. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing, dog? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, hey, we some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Baronati. I go by Michael Edward, and folks, I began my trading career over 17 years ago working for T3 Alpha Fund, my first job right out of college, where I first had to go through an educational training program before they let me touch even $1 of their money. And then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. We actually have members in 115 different countries, truly a global community here at True Trading Group. And for those that don't know, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university and professional level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We also cover all styles of trading. We do day trading, swing trading, and even long-term investing, something for everybody inside True Trading Group. We take that university and professional level of curriculum, simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. We paired that with today's top financial tools that are worth over $5,000 a year on their own. These are tools that give you more information. They help you make better decisions. They increase your chances of success. But unfortunately, the majority of retail traders don't use them because they're expensive. I know this, but I also know that you need them. I also know that they will help give you an advantage. That's why we spend years building relationships with these companies to put their tools and products on our platform at no additional cost to you. These include Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, Congressional trading data to track trades by Congress, insider trading to track trades by management, a simulator that is the same simulator that is used at Cal State University Fullerton, University of Wisconsin Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, Illinois Tech. This way you can practice trading with fake money but real-time data, so you can practice implementing everything that you're learning. You get Trading Views premium charting software with real-time tick-for-tick data by our partners at Quote Media, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, dark pool data. It's all included. The trade idea scanners on our platform. And honestly, so much more, too many for me to list right now. Yes, as a member, you're going to get all of our courses, you get all of our trade alerts, but you also get all of these things. You just get all these tools. We set you up with everything that you need to have the best chance of being successful at one affordable price for the entire year. You also get access to our members, the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders that you're ever going to find, not to mention the real-time trade alerts from the moderators and I that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate amongst all of our executions of just around 80% now going on the last 3 years. And of course, for those of you that are working the busy full-time jobs, all of the tools, resources, alerts, everything is accessible on our mobile apps that are designed to help you stay connected no matter what you're doing or how busy that you are. If you have a cell phone or a tablet, if you can listen to music during the day, then you can listen in on the analysis and receive real-time push notifications for our trade alerts when our moderators enter and exit positions. So folks, if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here for free where myself, other TTG Pro trading mods, and special guests drop golden nuggets and give you free lessons and education that can help you become better trader. So if you have not yet done so, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. Speaking of special guests, man, guys, we got a real interesting live stream for you all here today. Real interesting live stream for you guys. We got a very special guest that's going to be joining us here today to talk about some very interesting information that has come to light. What I would like to do in order to help me have this conversation, before I do bring on our very special guests, I'm going to bring you guys and introduce to you my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. Everyone give a shout out and an ayo to Adam.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Excited to get our live stream underway here and bring on our special guest.
Yeah. You have no idea what's going on today.
I know. I'm just interested and excited, just like everybody else on this live stream. That's like, hey, what is this about? I'm
I'll give a little background. So Matt Kohrs is he's a friend of the stream or whatever, but he's also a friend of mine. Okay, you like when I pause and touch my heart?
Yes.
And he called. We talk, and he called me today, and he's like, bro, he's like, I got to tell you something crazy, and he shows me it, and I'm just like, yeah, that is kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And I've been around some of the skeeziest people in all of Wall Street.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think I've ever seen that before, or at least not to that extent. And I was like, dude, why don't you come on the live stream and and kind of blow the lid off this. I don't know the saying, but just blow something.
Popsicle stand.
Well, you just blow something, and
blow something, Matt.
Yeah. Anyways, here he is. There's Matt. What's up, buddy?
What an intro. Obviously I know this is a crazy week with FOMC and all that, but I kind of want to just give a rundown of some of the literally over this weekend, an update of AMC, but more so, and it's going to be a weird connection, but I think this is all going to make sense in a second. So folks, if you don't know me, I'm Matt. I got into the position I'm in because I covered all the craziness with AMC and GME, and the timing of it is particularly interesting because I believe this week, the new movie's coming out, Dumb Money, talking about GameStop, and it's like a legitimate Hollywood production and all that good jazz. Well, anyway, over the weekend, there is a new update for AMC of what's going on, and it's a shareholder meeting, and there's 8 different proposals. And if you're in AMC, I highly implore you to look into it, do your research. None of us are lawyers, but number 5 is particularly interesting. And I guess I wanted to come on to talk to Adam and Mike if they've ever seen this with a company before, because obviously if you haven't seen AMC, at one point it was looking good. And now I believe from its all-time high, it's down 98% from all the recent decisions of dilution and merging and reverse merging and just random stuff that the CEOs decided to do. I think since that point, it's down like 60, 70, 80%. All you need to know is that it's a bloodbath. And that's important. But before we get into that, this proposal, number 5, blows my mind. So this is what the board and the leadership team want. The personal liability of the directors and officers for monetary damages for breach of fiduciary duty as a director and or officer of the corporation is hereby eliminated to the fullest extent permitted by, this is a legal thing because it's technically incorporated within Delaware. Any repeal or modification of this article shall not adversely affect any right or protection of a director or officer of the corporation existing hereunder within the respect to any act or omission occurring prior to such repeal, or modification. Now, obviously, that's a lot of legalese, a lot of legal jargon, but as you can see on the screen, those red parts, they're adding in officers, as in the board, as in the CEO. An officer of the company is basically attempting to say, hey, we need to get out of jail free card. I believe the term is exculpation. Once again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't speak legalese, but it's basically just like absolving of guilt. So this is crazy. In my personal estimation, it's absolutely crazy because obviously AMC, I would argue, is the second darling of the retail ape community. It went up sky high. It came down brutally bad. We have the CEO tweeting things like choke on that, win, pounce, the shorts are going to pay, yada, yada, yada. Obviously, if you look on Twitter and Reddit, there's still a community that follows it. And no matter what they do, it's almost sycophantic, the cult that's following him. They think he can do no wrong. Dilution. And whatever. Maybe you guys think I'm right. Maybe you think I'm wrong. I would argue that the scoreboard is the chart itself, the price, like of if people are making money or losing money. But what's going on here, the fact that the officers are trying to get added into this, it blows my mind. And I guess I wanted to come on and talk to Adam and Mike if they've ever seen this before. Because to me, maybe this is a little rudimentary, but you don't ask for like legal forgiveness unless you've done something wrong. Like, to me, this is so ridiculous that they're like, just by the way, like, maybe we can't get in trouble. Like, I've never seen it, and I just wanted to talk to you two about it.
Yeah, it's definitely bizarre to say the least. let me ask you that. I mean, what made you even look at this at the beginning? Like what like caught your eye from this when you started?
Oh, it's just because I was getting blown up on Twitter. And I think the comments were, if you don't vote yes to all proposals, you're a shill who works for Ken Griffin at Citadel.
Oh, God.
I think that's why, because I was just getting tagged. And I was like, oh, like, what am I getting tagged in? So then I thought it was just kind of a know-nothing thing of like, oh, here's our auditors. Like, here's the people on the board. Like, I thought it was going to be another rudimentary stockholder vote that most people don't care about. And then all of a sudden I saw people who, honestly, if you look on Twitter, people who would be particularly against me, not like my take, because I'm just not going to arbitrarily support Adam Aaron if I don't think what he's doing is right. Even some of the people who are particularly against him, even this one is starting to get them to be like, dude, what do you mean you want to be absolved of liability? Like, what does that mean you've been doing in the back end? And I guess I want to get into that, but I know a lot of people in here don't care about AMC at all. So I think the bigger message I just want to quickly use your guys' platform to share with everyone is what I'm seeing going on here is the classic scenario of you're in a trade or an investment, and because it's going wrong, you're changing your thesis. So way back in 2021, I was on CNBC and I was even saying it's an active trade. Maybe it squeezes, maybe it doesn't. It went from 2 to 72. I would argue that's a squeeze. Could it squeeze higher? Could it squeeze again? Yeah, potentially. There's always some sort of statistical chance of it. But a lot of people argue, no, that's not the squeeze. We have to continue to hold and hold and hold. Folks, if you're changing your trading thesis midway through the trade, that's a pretty big red flag that you're messing something up. And that's what I see going on here. And like, I think there's other deep psychological things going on, but the major thing is people aren't happy that 72, like I guess they had a price target that was higher and they're continuing to hold and hold and hold, wishing it went higher or whatever it is. And now we're at the point of dealing with these types of things, which I don't know if that doesn't make you want to rip your hair out when the officers are asking to not have any personal liability in their decisions. Like, this is just absurdity. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. So, essentially, the proposal aims to leverage a recent amendment in the DGCL to provide a shield to the officers from personal liability arising from specific breaches of fiduciary duty. Thus fostering a more secure and confident leadership. That sentence really is interesting because it sounds like, it sounds like let the directors and officers do what they want without having to worry about facing class action lawsuits.
Yeah.
Because you can't like have a shareholder vote that says, you can't be held liable for something criminal or for something like that, right? Like that's not how that works. But this would be mainly geared towards like a class action lawsuit.
And this is prime example of situations that result in class action lawsuits from shareholders.
Yeah.
There's going to be, I'm surprised it's not something that's been going on a lot more and already, but it's something that absolutely, when you get a situation where there's been such a severe amount of dilution and management decisions that have absolutely destroyed shareholder value, that is where shareholder value is ruined directly by decisions of management, which in this case, obviously and very clearly is what happened here. That's prime situation for them to be sued, and the duties that they have to their shareholders, and obviously not keeping that front and center. And it just seems like they're completely anticipating this from this happening, and they're trying to kind of get themselves protected as much as they can before it's too late. And that's just what it seems like, to me, just from taking a look at this document.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I guess in the point of transparency, because obviously I don't communicate with your audience day in and day out, I want you guys to know that obviously historically I've really been with AMC. To this day, I still own AMC, and I'm in no way saying that's a smart investment or a trading thesis. I just view it as more of it was a cultural movement and like kind of a captain goes down with its ship. Obviously in 2021, this is all public information. I actively traded options on it. I haven't touched those in 2 years. So right now I just own AMC stock, but I'm not feeling that optimistic about it. And I'm saying it's more of an emotional thing than a logical thing. I just want to be straightforward with everyone. But my particular issue with this and Adam Aaron is if he always argued that it's his fiduciary responsibility. I believe there's almost $5 billion in debt. Their interest payment on their debt burden alone per year is in the realm of 350, 400 million. The most recent dilution that caused the stock to fall whatever percent in the past week or two, that only raised 300 million. Like we're not even raising the amount that you need to pay off the interest. So, and right now, this is out of Adam Aaron's control. It's out of the shareholders' control. There's a writer and an acting strike going on. If blockbuster movies aren't being written and produced, obviously there's going to be a massive lag effect. And this might be a little bit like tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. But right now, to my understanding, the dual strike that's going on, it's being held up by streaming services not wanting to concede. But if they know that their competition is weaker than they are, streaming, Netflix, Max, all of these, Hulu, Disney, they might just be causing AMC to bleed out. I'm not saying that's definitively what's going on, but they're in a stronger fundamental position because of the various aspects of their debt covenants that they could just be bleeding AMC out, take out a competitor, and as soon as they are, be like, all right, we're going to agree to everything. Let's start making movies again. Now, obviously, as I alluded to, that is a tinfoil hat theory, but whether that's their intentional plan or if that's just a side effect of just the lack of negotiations making any progress, this is where we are. Like it's getting absolutely destroyed right now. And if Adam Aaron was always on the side of, nope, I'm trying to make AMC not go into bankruptcy, I need to dilute because we have these bills. If he did that route the whole time, I'd be okay with it. My issue is that he had tried to adopt this AMC culture. If you go to his Twitter right now, it says the silverback. And he's talking about the shorts choking on that. So to me, he crossed the line of getting into the world of the short squeeze rather than doing his best to exclusively improve the long-term trajectory of the company from just a pure fundamental standpoint. It's two-faced, in my opinion, to be tweeting out the shorts will choke on that, win pounce, and then you do a dilution. Obviously, the stock comes down, but then you go to the extra steps of tweeting out that dilution somehow pushes stock price up. That's his tweet. It's up there right now. Like it's insanity to me. And then I think it's whether it's the Dunning-Kruger effect or like a cult sycophant thing. I don't know what's going on, but this is ridiculous. And I know, Mike, you and I have talked about it in the past, but this is the same thing of when people have very strong political beliefs. And if someone they don't like gets elected, they're like, the market's going to fall. The market's going to fall. Well, guess what? If you didn't like Trump, if you didn't like Biden, the market's gone up in both cases. So I think sometimes people put a personal bias, whether they like or dislike a person, in front of price action, and that just maybe it works out for you once in a while, but it's just a matter of time if you continue to do that before you take a serious hit in the stock market.
I got a question for people. Guys, if you lost money trading AMC, go ahead, sound off in chat. If you lost money trading AMC, go ahead and sound off in chat.
I definitely lost money trading AMC.
You
I'll
only
be the
lose
first.
if you sell, baby.
I mean, in my option trading alone, the ones that are actually closed, I mean, it's down like $500,000 on AMC
You only
options.
lose if you sell.
The options are expired. Like it's gone.
Look at all the yeses and number ones here. Crazy, right?
I mean, and what's weird is on the other side of it is the people who never bought into the concept of diamond handing actually could have killed it. Because it did move a lot to the upside. It did move a lot to the downside. So the people who it was clearly beneficial to be were the people who were actively on their toes. And for me, I don't like this contortion of it going from an active trade to an investment, because it's a very difficult argument to say that AMC at this moment in time in the market, the landscape, is even a top 500 investment opportunity.
I got a question for you. I don't mean to cut you off, but this is an important question. You were I'm very used to receiving a tremendous amount of hate, right? People, so for me, I don't personally care, right? You went from being like this beloved darling of AMC to being somebody that is just crapped on a daily basis. What I want to know from you is, what point did you go from it's possible we squeeze, it's possible we do this, it's possible this happens, to this is actually not a good thing? Like, at what point did you realize that? And yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, so I guess to better define it, obviously, when you're talking about a short squeeze, that's a rare event to begin with. Like, even at the peak likelihood, the actual statistical chance of a squeeze is always low. So we went from an always low number to an even lower number. But I would like to differentiate it of, like, AMC, I want it to be successful. I like movies. I know they have employees. I don't want it to fail. My issue is specifically with the leadership team. I wish AMC was a thing, a running company, just with a different group of people running it, because all I see the AMC board doing is selling. Folks, in the past 2.5 years, Adam Aron has personally profited over $40 million selling his AMC stock, but then telling people that the shorts are going to choke on that, and like insinuating you should be involved in the squeeze. So my issue is very much with the leadership team. And I think maybe like an Icarus story of like flying too close to the sun was, I think a lot of people following the AMC story, there's different moments where like personally you're like, oh, whoa, that's a little bit off. And for me, the very first time, I think it was late 2021, maybe early 22, whatever the earnings call was they were talking about dilution, and they handed it over to the CFO, and the CFO is like, hey, we're diluting, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, folks, if you don't know, with dilution, if demand stays the same and supply increases, price has to drop down. That's a rudimentary aspect of finance. So the CFO says this and is like just boring English accent. And then right away, they give the phone to, or whatever, the conference call over to Adam Aron. And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm donating $50,000 of my own money to the Jane Goodall like Ape Foundation. So that was the first point where I was like, oh, this really seems to be smoke and mirrors of like, hey, we're announcing something because we legally have to, but then quickly pay attention to this. And then all of a sudden running forward, there was little things like that where I was like, oh, this is like, hey, apes, you need to like me. You need to like me. And then in reality, what was going on from a financial, economic, business perspective, it was obviously detrimental. Every time there's a dilution, it makes it harder to squeeze. So every time this was announced over the past 2 years, and there's been various ones, the mathematical chance of a squeeze got less and less and less. And I think that's when people in their mind changed it from, oh, this is a squeeze play, to now fundamentally we're going to support AMC. And once again, if you're listening to this,
it was the same people that were screaming fundamentals don't matter.
Yeah, you're changing your argument. So basically what I was saying before, if you're changing your trade thesis, if you're changing it, like, and as you alluded to, of like people, I guess, not being so happy, it's funny because I feel like I haven't changed my driving factor. When I was speaking about GameStop and AMC, it was always like, hey, I think craziness is going on. I think someone is up to something they shouldn't be. Maybe this is interesting. And they liked it when those people involved Wall Street against GameStop and against AMC. But then all of a sudden, when I think that there's credible evidence that maybe AMC leadership is doing something that the world needs to know about, people don't like that anymore. So it's kind of that thing of, it's just that it's hopium, it's copium. It's tell me what I want to hear to back up my bias. And then if you're saying something against my bias, I don't want to listen to you. You're a paid off shill. Folks, if I was being paid by Citadel, if Ken Griffin was signing my paychecks, you think I'd be this stressed? You think I'd be doing this with my life? I'd be in a yacht made out of gold by this point in time. It's just such a ridiculous thesis.
I remember, Matt, I had people that used to think that I was paid by the hedgies.
Yeah, everyone's paid by the hedgies.
Because
I'll tell you this, man. You were part of, not that you were part of it, but you came on when that whole group of people, you had Trades and who else was there? The Masked Investor and a couple of other people.
Yeah, there was a cohort of people.
So there was a fair amount of people that were on, and those people aren't necessarily here to the same extent that they were anymore. But look, it's no secret. I mean, you had a cash cow, like not just you, but everyone that was talking about AMC at that point was making tons of money off of stuff on YouTube. And it was a hard look. Nobody here has been in that. Very few people have ever been in a position where you're staring down the barrel of, hey, do you get honest or do you continue to make large sums of money, right? And I think that, one of the reasons that you and I are friends and that I'm friendly with you is because you're the only person that I've seen that has like owned it and that has been like, yo, I'm not just going to keep giving the audience what they want to hear. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you what I really think about it. And it's been to your detriment, but you did it, and that takes a lot of backbone, dude. You can't say the same thing for Trace Trades, who, went nuts and I guess now is some sort of like fitness instructor. I think he does Tai Bo in Colorado. Is that what I heard? At like a commune?
Yeah, I truly don't know. I guess at the end of the day, first of all, I appreciate that. And shout out to everyone in the TTG community. Because with it, I don't know, I view it. Sometimes you have to do things that aren't going to be received well. But first of all, like on the very evident level, you have legal things to be concerned. If you have a platform and you're actively lying, if you're caught lying, that's not going to end up well. But beyond that, I truly believe in the concept of karma. I really do. And I think if you're always doing what you believe to be right, even though if it's painful in the moment, I think in the long term, it pays off. And for a bit there, I remember actually before AMC went to 72, one of the first times I really got backlash from the community was because someone decided to sell at 40 or 50 back in 2021. And I congratulated them on stream. And they're like, what do you mean? You're congratulating someone who sold out? I don't give a shit. They made money. I thought that's why we were all in the market. I thought we were all in the market to make money. Sorry if I congratulated someone for making it. And then all of a sudden there's this weird period of time where everyone had to have a price target higher than someone else to show how apish they were. And I always refuse to do that because I also understand that there's no way to model these situations. With my background of being like a nerdy programmer, statistician, I was like, okay, I have no realistic model. Like we're kind of just white knuckling it and seeing how it goes. And the people who just at a certain point saw a big enough number in their account, they took their money. And other people who I would argue maybe got a little bit too greedy with it and refused to give out, they are now obviously net down. Now with it, I just cannot be more clear about this. I want AMC to survive. Maybe there's a chance. I don't know. I'm not the person who's like super into the fundamentals. That's not really my forte. I'm more of an active trader. So when you're talking about me fundamentals 3, 5, 10 years out, that's just not my sweet spot. Maybe it's fine. I want it to be fine. If I could wave a magic stock market wand and make it go up, I would. But that's not how this works. We are no longer in a period of time where the government is doing basically unlimited quantitative easing. We're stuck inside. We're getting stimulus checks. People are looking for some sense of a community. We are in a very different market period. And that's why we're not seeing things as easy as, oh, just buy and sell when it's higher. That period of the market's over. Maybe one day in the future it comes back, but it's clearly not now.
Yeah, I think, I've been around a lot of people that have been, that have sold stock in my life. By default, if you're involved in penny stocks, that kind of happens. I'm a former penny stock promoter. It's how I got my start. It's not what I do today, but it's how I got my start. It is what it is. I don't hide it. I talk about it. Everyone starts somewhere, right? But in my experience, those that are the loudest about not selling and yelling at other people to buy and yelling at other people to hold, those are typically the people that are selling in your face.
Probably. And who knows?
That has been my experience.
Yeah,
I look at Adam Aaron as this whole thing has gone down. Adam as exactly
right.
The type
he's a penny stock payer, bro.
He's an OT. He has given all the typical OTC penny stock pump and dumper where he used his platform for whatever the reason, right? Everyone got behind AMC, not because of anything he did in the very beginning, but he welcomed it with open arms. He took advantage of it. He tweeted out everything that people wanted to hear to entice them to buy and to never sell.
Right.
Everything he did But all the while, he's selling stock.
Right.
All the while, he's diluting shares to raise money for the company. And yes, I understand the whole reason why a company goes public is for the vehicle that the public markets provide in order to raise capital. That's why companies go public. So, obviously when companies raise money in the market, that's the whole point. But do not sit there and jump on board of the mother of all short squeeze train, choke on that shorts. Oh, we're bringing it to the shorts and all of this, when you know damn well the entire time that you are going to dilute the stock, that you're going to be selling shares, that you already are selling shares. There is no difference from what I've seen in the penny stock promotion world to what I've witnessed Adam Aaron do over the last couple of years. Yeah. And I think that is starting to come home to roost. And he's realizing that he's saying one thing on social media, but doing something entirely different behind closed doors. And now he's trying to protect his ass.
I mean, I gotta imagine that it's got to be less than, I don't know, Matt, definitely under 100,000 people that are left.
Yeah, it's tough. So some of the recent numbers are still, in terms of individual ownership, in excess of 3 million, but that's very different than people actively paying attention. So it's tough to say the people who are watching it from day to day to day. But even this, like right there, proud to be the silverback. It's like, dude, like that's not the realm of fiduciary responsibility for the long-term success of the company. And now they're selling popcorn, chocolate, wine.
When did AMC have a fine wine?
They're arguing that they should start it. And if you talk to
Great Ape Ale,
like they're just coming up with they're coming up with all these branded things, like Ape itself, the secondary stock, the preferred stock. They're doing anything to entice this ape community. And to me, it's very much taking advantage of people who are like novice to the market. And what's crazy is I'll go onto my burner account, which I'll tell you guys is my burner account on Twitter is Matt Kohrs burner account, and no one's still figured it out. So all the ones that I'm blocked from, I still go on their Twitter, they're like, oh, Matt Kohrs burner. I swear on my life, Matt Kohrs burner account is me. And I just go in and I listen, and it's they just partnered with Taylor Swift to show her concert there. And there are a lot of Swifties. Arguably, that's fundamentally a good thing. But it's completely different to say that this is going to produce billions of dollars of revenue. Is it good? Yeah, of course people are going to go watch it. But then I just disagree with how good it is. And if you voice the opinion that, hey, maybe this concert movie won't be 5 to 10x better than the best movie ever made in all of history, like, dude, you're a shill. You're a hedge fund shill. And it's just, they like you when you're saying what they already want you to say. But if you dare question it, I guess the community turns against you. And maybe that's fine in terms of how you live your life, religion, something like that. But in the market's not going to care. The market doesn't care about how much you hope for something. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. And it comes back to the cardinal rule of, if you don't either have a mental or an actual stop in place, you're asking to get steamrolled. You just are.
Matt, what is your definition of a shill?
Actually, I've now had to look this up because I've been called it so much. I think it's like when you're basically hyping something up for the financial benefit of someone else.
For the financial benefit of someone else, or
a company? Yeah, it's not you. If you're shilling, you would be shilling for whatever, like a casino or an app or something like that. I believe that's the definition. I didn't know this was going to be.
So if we sell memberships on here, then are we shilling for True Trading Group, even though we are a True Trading Group?
No, I think that's called running a business. But if I was going around,
stop it.
I think if
don't you dare say that, Matt.
If I was going around saying, "Oh my God, everyone sign up," that would probably be, I guess, technically shilling. I don't know. They
just made arrest the ape father.
No, I doubt it.
Is he homeless yet?
I hope they don't use their resources on that. I mean, that's another thing that blows my mind is what I think is going on is beyond suspect. But in a weird way, I hope nothing comes of it, because I think we have bigger issues that our government should be looking into, and I don't want them to waste resources. Just today, I was looking at the most recent round of politicians trading. It's truly insane. There's a couple who She's the representative Susan DuBois or something like that. In her district is Microsoft. Her husband works for Microsoft. Their trades together in the past how many ever years is over $65 million worth of Microsoft. Like, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. Why is that allowed? Like, she's the representative with Microsoft in her district. Her husband works for Microsoft, and their total trades are more than $65 million worth of Microsoft.
I love too, like, you see like congressional members that like you're on like the defense, whatever, like budget committee. And like, they're the ones that actually go through and approve like how much money we spend on military and defense and where it gets spent. And then those same exact people will go and they'll like buy shares of Lockheed Martin. Like 2 months before some kind of like F-35 like program gets extended for $1 billion or whatever it is.
It's so unbelievable,
dude.
I know that Pelosi is like the face and the symbol of insider trading just because of the internet and media. But folks, I'm telling you, if you ever get bored, my favorite person is Senator Tommy Tuberville, Coach Tuberville. This guy, he was a college football coach for 2 or 3 decades. He's now a senator, and this guy, folks, I'm not making this up. Feel free to fact check me. He is on the ag committee, and the dude day trades corn futures. He's a sitting member of the agriculture committee. And if you look at it, he's traded hundreds of thousands of dollars of corn futures. And I'm like, this is like, and just no one cares. Everyone's like, all right, like whatever. No one questions how a college football coach who like not a top tier program is now a multi-millionaire. Everyone's like, okay, no, that makes sense. Nothing to see here.
And guys, all that data too, all the congressional trading data, that's on the True Trading Group platform. Just so you guys, we have congressional trading data, so you guys can track all the trading that takes place with all of the members of Congress. But you know, it's like just to circle back to, you know, this. Oh, there it is. You guys just pulled it up on the screen, so you guys can see some of that data right there. It's very expensive data, but it's something that you don't have to pay for. When you guys join True Trading Group, it is included. There's no upsell or additional cost for it. That stuff's included. It's all part of our platform. But like, I think the takeaway here with AMC, when I really want people to really, you know, I guess maybe learn from the situation or whatever it is. And Matt, I can totally respect kind of, you know, the hate that, you know, people have given you once you've kind of, you know, brought certain things to light and stopped, you know, just telling people what they wanted to hear and really discuss what you really believed. Because I was one of the first people that was like, everybody started hating on me because I was like, well, I think AMC already squeezed. I'm like, I'm shorting it. And like I was vilified. Like I was attacked. I was vilified. People would ask me about AMC. I'm like, no, I think you should get out of it. I think you should sell it. And I would tell people what I thought they needed to hear, not what they wanted to hear. And people hated me for it. And that's one thing is like, I'll always tell people what I think they need to hear and not what they want to hear. And sometimes I'll be right. Other times I'll be wrong. But I'm never going to just, you know, say what I think people want to hear. And when it comes to the markets and when it comes to your money and when it comes to stocks and your investments and your trading, this is why you never can really fall in love with a trade. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your financial situation. Nobody, like Adam Aaron, does not give a flying you-know-what about any of the shareholders of AMC, as long as his situation and his company are in a good position or what he considers a good position. It doesn't matter what happens to the shareholders or to anybody else. It doesn't matter how badly you want something to happen. The market doesn't know that you are in this position. The market doesn't care that you are in this position. And this is why instead of listening to people like an Adam Aaron and what he's tweeting on social media, because now you realize that you can't trust something like that, more so now than ever with the rise of social media. Let this be a lesson on why you need to get an actual understanding of how this game is played. Because if you want to make money in the markets consistently over time, it doesn't happen by just holding on for the mother of all short squeeze because a CEO tells you, choke on that shorts. That's not how you do it. You do it by actually having a real understanding of what opportunity in the market looks like so that you can start capitalizing on it on a regular basis. So just let this be that example of like, wow, I really thought like there was something here that Adam Aaron had our back. Well, now you know he never had your back. He made you think he had your back. And now this is the situation that we're in.
Quick question, Matt, is this true that this is what's become of Trade Trades? Or is that Aaron Carter?
Didn't Aaron Carter die? Wasn't it like an OD or something?
I don't know. I thought that was Trade Trades.
I think that was...
wow. Wait, yeah, Matt, I think you're right. I think Adam Carter did die, actually.
Oops. Wah wah. Everyone erase that from your memory.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Right?
It happens.
Was that really Trey?
No, it was Aaron Carter.
It was Aaron Carter, bro. He looks like Aaron
I can't see, dude. It's too small on my screen. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the picture.
It's okay.
Well, on that, I just wanted to share, I guess, that story with the TTG community, but I'm sure you guys have a lot of discussion to prep for the FOMC meeting. Folks, 2 p.m. Wednesday, mark your calendars, set your alerts. There's going to be some craziness. And I'm sure Mike is going to be explaining to everyone how there's a 99% chance that there is no rate change whatsoever.
Correct.
But still volatility, so have fun.
Yeah, Adam, I think so, man. I think so.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Matt, man, listen, bro, always, thank you for coming on here and kind of sharing your findings with us and for being the guy that you are. It's always a pleasure having you on the TTG stream. We appreciate it. TTG fam, thanks you for it. So everyone give Matt a big TTG shout out and a big AO for coming on here and sharing that with us, and keep us posted, Matt. Be interested to see, with the shareholder vote and what happens, and if Proposal 5 ends up passing or not, and what ends up going on. But I've got a feeling this is not going to be the last time we're going to talk about it. I would definitely expect there to be some lawsuits in the future.
We'll find out. And folks, hey, if you're looking for something to do, I think the Dumb Money movie is actually going to be a pretty good one. So check that out over the weekend. But appreciate you guys having me. Best of luck, TTG. I hope you crush it trading this week.
Thanks, bro. You too, man. Take it easy.
Bye.
Oh, man. Well, and then there were two.
And then there were two. That's pretty crazy that they're putting out like a preemptive get out of jail free card.
I'm not surprised, man. Because I really feel like, honestly, think about it. You're literally tweeting things, enticing people to buy shares of your company, knowing full damn well that the stock price is going down. How is that not manipulation? How could you not make the argument that Adam Aaron facilitated a market manipulation scheme for AMC stock by misleading investors and shareholders of AMC? By either withholding material information or purposely mischaracterizing or misspeaking. I don't know, fancy word for lying. I don't know, man. From where I sit, it doesn't look too good.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that were hurt from AMC, but fortunately, there's a lot of people who stuck around, got smart, and was able to make it back.
For sure.
And look, there's a lot of people that still buy into it, and God bless, man. I hope that they do well. I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yeah. I'll tell you now, AMC will never see those prices ever again.
No, never.
For as long as you are alive, you're never going to see that price on AMC ever again.
Well, it depends. If Taylor Swift brings in $5 billion,
mathematically.
Well, you don't want bad blood with Taylor Swift,
My cousin actually had lunch with Taylor Swift once. She won something on the radio thing. She went on a yacht with her, like, and had lunch, like, and spent a day on her yacht. She like played the guitar and all this weird stuff.
Why is it weird?
I don't know. I guess it's not weird, but it was a while ago. It's when she like first came on to this. It's like before she was, I mean, she was always Taylor Swift and she was famous, but it was like before she's this famous.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got to be the most famous, like, musical artist in the world.
I mean, if I wanted 4 tickets to her concert, it was going to cost something like $20,000.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
So,
but yeah, folks, you know, and that's really what I'll say here is just make it, let it be a lesson to, this is why, if you guys want to do this the real way, you want to actually make money in the markets, not because you got lucky, but because you're smart and because you made good decisions. You got to learn how to do this, right? And it doesn't happen by just sitting on Twitter. How many people are on this live stream that are not members of True Trading Group? I'm curious. Do me a favor and just type the letters TTG. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group, guys. Just let me see who we have on here that's not a member, because I know the members of TTG. You guys all know my stance on AMC, and I was been very vocal about everything from 2021 all the way up until now. But I am curious. Go ahead, guys, and just type the letters TTG. See how many people we have on here that are not part of our community. Smooth Operator, Armand's a trial member. I remember that. John, Carlos. Just go ahead and type TTG for those of you that are not members of the group. Tobias, I think you joined the trial, though, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks, Dylan. I love Dylan. Dylan just goes, Mike the best. Yes, Dylan, you're the best. We got J.O. Osama Official. All right, cool. So we got a handful of people on the stream right now that are not part of the TTG community. What I would like to do here real quick, folks, is just kind of explain to people what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened in the markets today. We'll talk a little bit about what we are going to be expecting from the Fed on Wednesday. But before we do, I want to make sure the people that are not members of True Trading Group, you guys know that we've got a 55% discount on the membership here this evening. For those of you that want to become part of the True Trading Group community, you can just go to ttgoffer.com. Everything you see on that page is included for just $975 for the entire year. You must use the coupon code, however, TTG121. It'll bring the price from our normal price of $2,212 down to just $975 for the entire year. Okay, everything on that page is included. There are no upsells, hidden costs, or additional fees for anything you see on that page. This includes our entire 22-course curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. It includes Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, congressional trading data, tracking trades by Congress, like what Matt and I were talking about, insider trades, tracking trades by management, so you can keep an eye on Adam Aaron and other people like him. Quote Media's full book level 2, TradingView's premium charting software, a simulator to let you trade with fake money but real-time data. Our AI tools, we have AI trading assistants that'll identify chart patterns for you, develop conservative and aggressive trading strategies, help you determine news sentiment. You got the trade idea scanner streams on our platform during the day. You guys can focus on it to use the, to be focused on the hottest stocks during the day. Our own proprietary scanner lets you create custom scans. All of this is included. There's no additional costs or upsell for these items. You've got dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, a trading journal tracks your trades for you, a social sentiment scanner tells you what's talked about most on social media. You got analyst ratings on any stock you're interested in, watch lists every day the mods publish telling you exactly what stocks we're focused on with entry and exit prices, so you know where to focus your attention before the day even begins. All of this is included, guys, when you join the annual membership to TTG. So just go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. The price will drop down to $975. That's 55% off. And I know we talk a big game on these live streams sometimes, folks, but we back it up with our own money. We offer double your money back guarantees when you join True Trading Group. This is how it works. You'll pay $975 today to join True Trading Group. If you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group, and actually use the platform. Don't just sign on to our website 10 times all year and then be like, oh, I didn't make any money. Okay, do those things. And if you are unable to make enough winning trades to equal what you've paid for your membership throughout the year, then I'll give you back double your money at the end of your membership. So you'll pay $975. I'll give you back $1,950. That is the deal when you join True Trading Group. I can offer you that because our refund rate is only 2.39%. We are 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,300 reviews. And 78% of our members renew their membership or have gone on to become lifetime members. Watch this real quick. Members, do me a favor and just type the number 1 if you've been a member of True Trading Group for more than a year, or maybe you're a lifetime member. Type the number 1 if you're a lifetime member or you've been a member for longer than 1 year. Now, the people that are on here that said they're not members, just watch how many people are about to type the number 1. And then ask yourself, why would that many people renew their membership if they weren't finding success? If they didn't think that they were getting value for the money, time, and energy that they are spending, right? But yet here you have all these people telling you that they've been a member for longer than a year, or they've just become a lifetime member of the community and of the platform. And the reason for it, folks, is because members of True Trading Group are making money and they're becoming better traders. Now, listen, not every single one of our members is making money. We can't have a 100% success rate. I know that, but that doesn't mean we can't try. We leave no trader behind in True Trading Group. We do red to green workshops every month where people that are struggling could submit questions and topics to us. And then we will hold that they're struggling with. And then we'll hold live workshops covering those topics for those members at no additional cost. It doesn't cost anything extra. It's totally free. It's included with your membership. Those red to green workshops take place every month. That's what I'm saying by we leave no trader behind. Best month of my trading career. Can't wait for the other 11 months. Hell yeah, Dylan. Dylan's a new member to True Trading Group, guys, and just had his best month of his trading career. Can't wait for the other 11 months. Amen to that, Dylan. Congratulations, brother. I'm happy for you, and I'm excited for you as well. That's awesome, man. Great job. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why that many people are telling you that they're members of True Trading Group for longer than a year. It's because the majority of our members are making money and they're becoming better traders. You don't have to take my word for it. I'll ask members again. Members, do me a favor. Now type the number 1 if you're making money and you're becoming better traders because of TTG. Now just go ahead and type the number 1. And again, those of you that are not members, very simple. Pay attention to how many people type the number 1 because these are your peers, your friends, your family members, your coworkers. If they can do it, so can you. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. You have to manually type that coupon code in. It's not going to just do it for you. Click apply code. The price will then drop all the way down to just $975 for the entire year. You got the double your money back guarantee, although I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind. It's there to hold us accountable. If you guys have any questions about the membership, do not hesitate to send us a text message. We are fully transparent. We are an open book. You can text us at 786-505-4049. Again, that is 786-505-4049. Phone number is right down there at the bottom of the screen. All right, let's head on over to the SPY. We'll talk about the overall markets here for a moment. And like we discussed yesterday on the live stream, we held 403 on our first attempt. I am looking for this level to break though. Okay, so here's your 443, right? There's that support level. We talked about this on the live stream yesterday. Your first test down here, you get this little bit of a pause candle. We tried to bounce back off this level. Then you get this little bit of a drop down, just kind of a tail, and then you come back down to test this level. I do think that this level breaks. Okay, I do think that this level is going to break. I'm looking for the SPY to go down towards 435, 436. That is the target that I have in mind. But you have a major catalyst this week, which is the Fed meeting. Do not mistake today's, little consolidation as lack of volatility. Consider today the calm before the storm. Because once the Fed meeting happens and you get some clarity from Jerome Powell and the Fed and what they think about inflation and what they think their course of action is regarding interest rates, there is a 99.5% likelihood that the Fed does not raise rates on Wednesday. So it's not a matter of, are they going to raise rates? Are they not going to raise rates? What Wednesday comes down to is, does Jerome Powell sound like they're done? Or does he sound like this is just a pause? Because you have another Fed meeting in November, and I think that November meeting is going to be a live meeting, especially if the inflation numbers look anything like they did this month, next month. You got significantly higher inflation on the headline CPI and the headline PPI last week. If you get that again next month, then you're going to start to see traders pricing in a more than 50% likelihood that the Fed raises rates again in November. So this is a very important time period. It's a kind of a crossroads on what the market's going to do here for the rest of the year, based on whether the Fed thinks that they're done or are there more hikes still to come. So these are the things that we've got to be looking for, and the different things that Jerome Powell is going to say and the tone that he's going to use on Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern when he comes out with the rate decision. But then the more important part is the 2:30 press conference. The 2:30 press conference is what will really move the markets. I don't think you're going to get that much of a market reaction at 2 p.m. when the rate decision comes out, because everyone's expecting no hike. But the press conference, when Jerome Powell gives his speech and then answers questions, that absolutely will move the markets, and we'll be ready to capitalize and make some money on that. So I am looking for that 443 level to break. Maybe we need that catalyst, the Fed meeting and the press conference, to do it. But I do think we break 443, and my target is 446. And that 446 level is going to be this pink line. That's the 100-day moving average. And you have this previous structure support that you see back there from August. And that, my friends, is the target that I have for the month of September on the SPY. All right. And that's what we are going to be looking for. I have no open positions currently. I did get out of, we made a little bit of money short on ARM today. I am looking at ARM for a short. I do think that ARM is going to break this level, this IPO support bottom. This IPO support bottom is like 55, 56. I do think that this level is going to give way. We made a little bit of money on the name short today. We were able to capitalize on this down move, but nothing to write home about. Nothing major at all. But I am going to try to be short this off of this level. This is the level that I really do like this short. It's right around $60, $61, that area, 61. That's the zone that I'm looking at for shorts on ARM. And if ARM cracks this 55, 56 support, I think then that you see a sustained move to the downside. You also have the Instacart IPO that's coming out this week. That's going to be a big one. ARM kind of led the way with regards to the IPO market heating back up. You got the Instacart IPO. It's going to be on my watch list. We're probably going to trade it. All right, we probably will be trading it when it comes out with its IPO. You got a really nice move on the IPO for ARM. We'll see if Instacart gives us something similar. All right. So, folks, that wraps it up, the analysis part of the live stream. Hope you enjoyed the conversations there with Mr. Matt Kohrs. Thanks, Matt, for coming on and sharing that information with the TGD fam. If you guys are not interested in membership, you can sign off the live stream before you go. Make sure you smash that like button and turn on notifications. Of course, you got to be subscribed to the channel first. Make sure you do that. For those of you that are interested, let me actually show you the platform so you guys can see for yourself what that $975 membership fee is going to get you, because it is an all-inclusive membership. Okay. You will be getting our chat room, obviously, which is what you see on the screen. Okay. Yes. Ermel Landry says your Intel trade idea worked out perfectly, like you said last night. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. We got a nice little move there in Intel last night. The chat room, chat room is what you see on the screen right now. That is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades. We're answering questions in real time. You can use our mobile app if you can't be in front of your computer to see the screen share, listen to the audio commentary, and get real-time push notifications when the mods enter and exit their trades. That's how our members that have full-time jobs are able to benefit from the platform. You got 2 private study group sessions with our mods to really speed up that learning curve. Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, Congressional trading data to track trades by Congress, insider trading to track trades by management, TradingView's premium charting software is on our platform. The trade idea scanners on our platform for you guys to use to focus on the hottest stocks during the day. A simulator lets you trade with fake money in real-time data so you can practice implementing what you're learning. Our own proprietary scanner lets you create custom scans. You got dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data. This is all included in that $975 price point. You got a trading journal that tracks what you're trading for you, breaks it down to the statistics. A social sentiment scanner will tell you which stocks are talked about most on social media. Analyst ratings on any stock, so you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular name. We publish watch lists every day. The mods and I tell you exactly what stocks we're focused on with entry and exit prices, so you know where to focus before the day begins. And you have all of our courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of the training I received working at the fund. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto futures, you name it, we've got it. There's no upsells for additional courses. We don't play games like that. Everything on ttgoffer.com, go to that site. Everything listed there is included in your membership. There's also a video library with 600 hours of workshops covering different topics, and you can start attending these live once you become a full-time member. Now, gang, listen to me carefully, because I can't guarantee that you're going to be successful just because you join True Trading Group. But what I will guarantee is if you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group and actually use the platform and are unable to make enough winning trades to equal what you've paid for your membership throughout the year, then I will give you back $1,950 at the end of your membership. It'll only cost you $975 to join here today. That's the double your money back guarantee that we offer. That's how much I stand behind the platform that we have created. Carol Nelson says, can I trade futures on the platform? Carol, we are not a broker, so you will not be executing trades on our platform. Our platform is a community and education-based platform. You can use any broker that you want. We do trade futures. We actually have a futures boot camp coming up with one of our professional traders who's been trading for nearly 25 years now, is actually hosting a futures boot camp actually in the next 2 weeks, I think. I think it's in about 2 weeks. So you can trade on whatever broker you use. We are a community and educational platform. So Carol Nelson, I want to make sure that I just clarified that. If you guys have any questions at all, send us a text, 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049. Again, folks, go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. You get the 55% discount. And I'll see you all in chat. It's going to be a big week this week. Fed meeting Wednesday, baby. Let's do it. Have a great night, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already. I'll see you all tomorrow.